Hello, boys and girls. Thanks for joining me again today with Enchanted Storytime. Today we have the book, The Berenstain Bears Give Thanks.
The Berenstain Bears Give Thanks. It was autumn in Bear Country, and the sights and the sounds of the seasons were all around. The leaves on the tree were turning orange, red, and gold. There was a nip in the air, and the sky was brilliant blue. Flocks of geese flew overhead, honking their way through the south of the winter. Out in his cornfield, Farmer Ben was up on his big red tractor, harvesting his crops. Papa, Brother, and Sister Bear waved to him as they drove up on the long drive to the farm. Papa was delivering some new furniture for Miss Ben. It was fine new kitchen table and chairs. Ben climbed down from his tractor and went to meet them at the farmhouse. Papa and the cubs unloaded the table and chairs and carried them inside. Miss Ben was pleased. "My, don't they look nice?" she said. "It brightens the place up a bit. They do make my curtains look a bit shabby, though. I guess it's time I have some new ones." "Thank you, Papa Bear," said Ben, shaking his hands. "A good job well done. Now about our little deal." The cubs wondered what deal Ben was talking about. "I told you that you could have the pick of my produce in payment for the furniture," said Ben. "That's right, Ben," said Papa as he nodded. "I was thinking of a few cases of your extra special grade A apple blossom honey." Papa licking his lips just thinking about all the delicious honey. "That's fine," agreed Ben. "You're welcome to it. And I have something else behind the barn that I think might interest you." "Meet Plymouth," said Ben. My Tom Turkey, isn't he a beaut?" Plymouth was indeed a magnificent bird. He was enormous with a huge fan tail and glowing colors of black, red, and gold. "Wow," said Papa, impressed. "That's some turkey." "He's beautiful," said Sister. "But why is he called Plymouth?" "History says that Plymouth is a place where the Pilgrim Bears first set foot in the great land," explained Ben, "and the first Thanksgiving feast was eaten right there in Plymouth, too, after their harvest. I couldn't think of a better name for a turkey." "He sure is a fine bird," said Papa. "But what's he got to do with my furniture?" "He's yours if you want him," said Ben. "He'll make you the best Thanksgiving dinner in all of Bear County." Papa's eyes brightened. "Roast turkey? Thanksgiving dinner," said Sister, getting upset. "But that means—" "Now don't you fret, Sister Bear," soothed Ben. "Plymouth can stay here till Thanksgiving. I'll fatten him up and deliver him all ready for your mama to cook on Thanksgiving morning. What do you say, Papa? Is it a deal?" "It's a deal, Ben," said Papa. They shook hands on it. Papa was already imagining that mouth-watering Thanksgiving dinner. Roast turkey with stuffing, 2 kinds of potatoes, gravy, green beans, and squash. Then dessert. Pumpkin pie with whipped cream and maybe some ice cream on top. Yum! But Sister Bear wasn't so sure she liked the sound of all this. She had never met her Thanksgiving dinner before. It made things more personal. And Plymouth was such a beautiful bird. She liked him a lot. "You know, Papa," she said as they drove home, "I don't think having Plymouth for Thanksgiving dinner is such a good idea. I think we could make him a nice pet." "A pet?" said Papa in surprise. "Who had ever heard of a turkey for a pet?" "Why not?" asked Sister. "Lots of cubs have unusual pets. Barry Bruin has a raccoon, Lizzie Bruin has a goat, and Too Tall Grizzly has a snake. They couldn't. I have a turkey." Papa thought of the roast turkey Thanksgiving dinner with all the trimmings. "Turkeys just don't make good pets," he said. And that's all there is to it. But Sister still didn't like the idea of Plymouth being at Thanksgiving dinner. The weeks went past and the leaves fell from the trees. The wind grew positively chilly, and one day a few flakes of snow fell. Thanksgiving was drawing near. Every day Sister visited Plymouth at the farm. He was growing fatter and finer. His feathers were bright and glossy. Then he spread his tail. He looked like a big black, red, and gold peacock. But the closer it got to Thanksgiving, the sadder Sister got. She liked Plymouth more and more each day. Mama noticed that Sister was down in the dumps. "You know, Sister," said Mama, putting her arm around her shoulder, "Papa's right. Turkeys don't make very good pets. They aren't like dogs or cats. They can't play with them or run and jump with them. They're really just farm animals." "I know," Sister sighed, "but I still like Plymouth. He's so pretty." Mama grew thoughtful. She saw that Sister was really serious about this. "Now, dear, don't worry about it," she said. "Papa and I will talk it over, and I'm sure we can work out something." Sister brightened up. "Really?" she said. "You mean we won't have Plymouth for Thanksgiving dinner?" "We shall see what we shall see," Mama said, smiling. "And in the meantime, I have a surprise for you. I've been thinking we should make this Thanksgiving into something extra special. Grizzly Gramps and Gran, Uncle Wilbur, Aunt Min, and Cousin Fred will be coming over for dinner. I thought we could put on a show for them." "A show?" said Sister, looking excited. She loved putting on a show. "What kind of show?" "I thought the story of the first Thanksgiving would be appropriate," said Mama. "It could tell all about how the Pilgrim Bears and the native bears celebrated the first Thanksgiving together hundreds of years ago." "Neat," said Sister. "Will we have costumes?" "Of course," said Mama. "We can make them ourselves. I have lots of old fabric we can use. We'll need feathers for the native bears' hair dresses." "Plymouth dropped lots of tail feathers," said Sister. "They're perfect. I've been saving them." She ran upstairs to get her collection of tail feathers. She brought them down to Mama's sewing room. Mama had the pea book from the Bear Encyclopedia open to Pilgrim Bears so she could see what their clothes looked like. "You're right, dear," said Mama, taking the feathers. "These are perfect. But do you know what else we need?" Sister shook her head. "We'll need a script for the play," said Mama. "Why don't you write one up?" "Me?" "Certainly," said Mama, getting out her fabric and spreading it out. "You know the story of the first Thanksgiving, don't you?" "I guess so," said Sister. She had heard about it in school over and over again every November. She should know it pretty well by now. "Well, there you are," mumbled Mama, her mouth full of pins as she started working. So Sister got out a pad of paper and a pencil and set to work. It was hard. She had never written a play before. She asked Brother for help. Sister wrote the script and Brother copied the parts for each player. Sister was so busy working on the play that she forgot all about Plymouth the turkey for a while. Then Thanksgiving Day finally arrived. Everything was ready. The script was written and copied. Mama had sewn beautiful Pilgrim Bear and native bear costumes, and the treehouse was full of wonderful smells of Thanksgiving dinner. Around 2 o'clock, Grizzly Gramps and Gran, Uncle Wilbur, Aunt Min, and Cousin Fred arrived. Sister and Brother grabbed Fred and took him to the room and to rehearse. Fred had a part in the play, too. An hour later, just before dinner time, Sister made an appearance on the landing of the stairs. She was dressed in a Pilgrim Bear maiden. "May I have your attention, please?" she called. The grown-ups all turned toward her. "Oh, isn't she darling?" said Aunt Min. Sister did look very cute in her Pilgrim Bear maiden hat. "We will now present the story of the first Thanksgiving," she announced. The grown-ups all applauded and found their seats to watch the play. The Pilgrim Bears lived in the old country. They wanted to worship God in the way they believed was right, but the rulers of the old country would not let them do this. The Pilgrim Bears decided to leave their home and seek a new land where they could worship in freedom. I am a pilgrim bear. I am going on a dangerous journey. We will try to find a new land, but we are willing to try. Yes, we are going on a dangerous journey on a ship named the Mayflower, but we are scared. We've never been on the ocean. So they went off to find a new land. But it was bad. They got seasick. Then one morning they spotted land. Hooray! Hooray! Now we can build our new homes. After going to shore, they found a good place to live. They called it Plymouth. They gave thanks to God for bringing them safely to new land. Then they got to work building houses for their village. Finally, it was finished. Everyone had a home. Look, who is that coming into the village? It's a native bear coming to visit. Greetings, my name is Squanto. Welcome, Squanto. We are very glad to meet you. Squanto was friendly and helpful. He helped the Pilgrim Bears grow more food. He showed them how to plant corn. Without Squanto, they would have starved. Now, let's harvest our crops and have a Thanksgiving feast. That's a great idea. And so they did. Squanto came to the feast too. The Pilgrim Bears all bowed their heads and gave thanks to God for lending them to the new land. They have gave them thanks for the new friends, the native bears, and the help that they were given. And then they ate and ate and ate. The end. All the grown-ups clapped, stamped, and whistled. It was a big hit. Aunt Min wiped her eyes. They're all so darling, she sniffed. Mama rang up a bell in the doorway. Dinner time, she called. Yeah, cried the cubs as they ran for the dining room. But then Sisters stopped short. Oh no, she said. What about my turkey Plymouth? I forgot all about him. What happened to Plymouth? Don't worry, sister, said Papa, leading her to the window. Plymouth is safe and sound. I decided that turkeys do make good pets after all. And there in his own brand new pen in the bear's own backyard was Plymouth. His tail was spread proudly and he looked very pleased with himself. Oh, Plymouth, said Sister, very happy. Welcome to our new home. The Bear family all gathered around the dining table. Everything was just as Papa had imagined it. 2 kinds of potatoes, stuffing, and gravy, corn on the cob, corn muffins, green beans, pumpkin pie, whipped cream, and ice cream too. But in the center of the table, instead of a roast turkey, there was a magnificent honey-baked salmon. All, said the Bears. But Sister had something to add, and I'm especially thankful for my wonderful new pet, Plymouth the turkey. Amen, everyone said again, and they all laughed. Men echoed honey as they dug into their delicious food like a family of hungry bears. The end.